Love Life family, welcome back to my channel Love Life with Magdalene. And if you are new here, we're so glad to have you here, so glad to have everybody here. In this channel we learn so much. We try to spice your love life. Anytime you open our channel and come to watch our show, be sure you're going to pick one or two things that will help you to spice your love life, that will blossom your love life. So today on this show, we're going to be discussing one interesting topic that is so dear to my heart. One strong skill set needed for a successful marriage. Strong skill set needed for a successful marriage. I tell you, I didn't even know I've been practicing this skill set without putting a name on it until I started doing research for this show, and I now discovered the name of the strong skill set. It's such a beautiful skill set to have if you must have a successful, blissful marriage, if you must enjoy your love life. You know, marriage is a combination, or is a coming together of two imperfect people with their differences. There are difference in preference, difference in taste, difference in desires, and then from two different backgrounds. Probably they've lived single lives for the past 20 years, 30 years, or even more, before finally now deciding to come together to live as husband and wife. So hence, you wouldn't be surprised if once in a while there's misunderstanding, there's disputes, there's disagreement. But this one strong skill set is going to help you have a successful marriage. This one strong skill set is often used in conflict resolution and also useful in our everyday lives, day-to-day running of our lives. This one skill set. Are you ready for me to unveil, to open up this one skill set? Okay, let me roll the drums before I tell you this one skill set. That one strong skill set needed for a successful marriage is compromise. Yes, compromise. I used to think it was a negative word before. I don't want to compromise, I don't want to compromise, until I got to understand the meaning and the importance of the word compromise in relationship. In relationship, compromise is finding a middle ground. Finding a middle ground between you and your partners. Your partner's choices, desires, preferences, tastes. Finding a middle ground. I tell you, compromise is the ability for you to be able to see through your partner's point of view, to be able to understand and see through your partner's point of view. Compromise leads to happiness in marriage. Compromise leads to respect of your partner's feelings. So compromise is such a beautiful thing in marriage. If used well, you enjoy compromising in a relationship, finding a middle ground, more like a win-win situation, if I may say. Where do you compromise in marriage? Where do you compromise in your home? Number one, I'll tell you. Funny but important. Number one, meal time. Yes, meal time. You could have, as a lady, you could have a partner that loves heavy food, that loves eba, fufu, and would not mind eating it 3 times in a day, 21 times in 7 days. He wants it 247. Meanwhile, you are the one that likes light meals like tea and bread, spaghetti. How do you now compromise? Simple. You can find a middle ground. When probably you decide that, okay, both of you decide that 3 times a day we go for heavy meals, then 3 times a day we go for light meals, and then both parties will be happy. Another place, second place you can compromise in a home, in a marriage, in a relationship is house choice or house choices. Yeah. The wife could cook while the husband, do the dishes. Or there are times the husband can cook while the wife do the dishes. In the area of caregiving too, maybe there's a newborn in the house, the wife could decide to take care of the baby till say 12 p.m. and then the husband takes over from there till maybe 4 a.m. or 6 a.m. taking care of the newborn. That is more like finding a middle ground. That's why we encourage paternal leave. Yeah, men, take paternal leave. It's important, to boost your relationship, to spice up your love life. Take paternal leave. Another place you can compromise in a home is in the area of your hobby. Yeah, hobby, your fun time. Maybe your wife, you are this type, you as a wife, you are this type that likes to watch Z Word, Indian series. Why not take Monday to Fridays, and you have one TV in the house? You use Monday to Fridays to watch your Z Word, your Indian series. Then leave Saturdays for your husband who loves football to watch his football matches. That way you have compromise. Even in the area of intimacy, you could both come back from work late, and probably you as a wife, you're tired and your husband wants it. Instead of making excuses or quarreling over it, you could have a middle ground. You could decide to have a middle ground, in the sense that the wife could just excuse herself, take her bath, freshen up, take 2 to 3 hours to sleep, to rest, and then wake him up maybe by 12 p.m. or 1 a.m. In the night, and then two of you can have your intimacy, and that way you have saved yourself quarrels and abuse and fighting, and then you also enjoy it and have nice time, nice moments, happy moments together. Number 4 place you can compromise in the home, very, very important, is in the area of expenses. Money, expenses, Let me give an example. The husband needs a car, the wife needs a car, and then you have housing projects on. There's an housing project going on, so you need a car, wife needs a car, husband needs a car. You could come to a middle ground and decide to buy just one car. That one car that was bought, the wife can use it to go to work and drop the children in school and go to work. Why the husband would decide to use public transport to work, and then any other money, the money that would have been used for a second car, will be put into the housing project. That way, both of you have learned how to compromise, middle ground, and move the family forward, move your relationship and your marriage forward. You can see that compromise is such a beautiful, strong skill set needed for a successful marriage. But for compromise to work in a home, compromise to work in a relationship, for compromise to work in a marriage, some things must be in place. And one of such things, one, is selflessness. Years back, I read a book and I learned the meaning, and I learned that the opposite of love is not hate, but selfishness. That sticked with me. If you understand that the opposite of love is selfishness, you will understand why selflessness is very important in your relationship. So meaning selflessness is love, selflessness is patience, selflessness is compassion, selflessness is kindness. For compromise to work in your relationship, you must learn to be selfless. You must learn to make sacrifice, self-sacrifice. You must learn to put your partner's happiness first. Whatever you do, whatever decisions you make, whatever you compromise on, whatever middle ground both of you choose, it must be for the greater good of the other partner. Yes, nobody should be made a doormat in this business or process of compromise. It should improve the other partner, it should improve you, it should make you happier, healthier, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Another thing that must be in place for compromise to work, is put yourself in your partner's shoes. Put yourself in your partner's shoes. They say he who wears the shoe knows where it hurts most. But you can put yourself in your partner's shoes. You could show empathy. Yes, show empathy. That's the word. You're able to try to understand how your partner feels. You can ask yourself this question: if I'm the one and I'm treated this way, will I like it? Will I like to be treated this way? That way, it will be easy for you to understand your own partner's point of view, and it will be easy for you to deal with your partner wisely. Do not be stubborn and always feel you must have your way. In a compromise, to have a successful marriage, you mustn't always have your way. It mustn't be a situation like it's either my way or the highway. No. Try to show empathy. Try to put yourself in the other person's position. Try to see life. Try to view things from your own partner's point of view. That way, you'll be able to run life smoothly. Lastly, another thing that must be in place for compromise to work is teamwork. Teamwork. Husband and wife should be able to come together, brainstorm, analyze, and provide profound solution to issues affecting their day-to-day life. E.g., maybe Junior wants to start school. The wife should be able to bring a list of schools that she thinks will be okay for Junior. The husband should also be able to bring a list of schools that he thinks would be okay for Junior. They should be able to sit down on the round table, discuss it, and probably come up with the best school that will profit their son, or that will be okay for their son, Junior. So in compromise, in marriage, you don't work alone. You don't make decisions alone without informing the other party. You see, compromise can help spice up your relationship. So I want you to go. If you've been practicing it, keep it up. If you've not, I want you to try it in your relationship and see how compromise can help beautify your relationship. This is where we'll call it a wrap day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I want you to go enjoy your love life. See you in our next episode. Bye.